we're gonna figure out how we dunk it. So most definitely for the people that been waiting for us and asking when we coming back on, we want to hear from y'all today. Because this election is about to be I mean, it's serious and it's about to be over with. And then we're gonna move on to something else. So with that being said, 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953 for live call-ins. We want to hear from you today. We're gonna kick it off to say, hey Connor, how you been?
I have been well. Let me tell you something, Brother Tyrone. I've been out here in the trenches trying to pull some things together, trying to do that last minute push to get people out to vote, because at the end of the day, it's not who you vote for. The most important part of this aspect is actually turning out to vote for somebody. At the end of the day, I'll be real honest. We don't have a lot of choices, and really, no matter which candidate you choose, you're almost choosing the lesser of two evils, because they're two wings of the same bird. And at the end of the day, you have to vote your conscience. And that's what I want to say to people: vote your conscience, vote for what you think is right. And I'll tell you my views, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. That said,
On that note, we have a state's attorney race going down too, and that's very critical. At least I know it is for me, as someone who spent 21 years in prison. I know how important having the right state's attorney with sensibilities that also not focus on just punishment, but also focus on how you repair a situation. And for instance, a lot of the guns, the drugs, and a lot of the issues that create things that create accoutrement bullets are not created by our communities. Yet we are affected by all those things, and I don't see enough cartel types being arrested. I don't see enough gun runners being arrested. I don't see enough of the people who put all the bullets in the guns or for the guns being arrested. I don't see our elected officials, Attorney General Kwame Raoul, or any of them suing Smith and Wesson, Glock, SIGs, assault rifles, 100-round drum manufacturers. I don't see that in the switches that make regular guns into machine guns. I don't see our elected officials suing those people for the people.
we don't really even see any common sense legislation
It's not in
when it comes to gun control,
They
gun
talk that
violence.
crap.
And here's my thing. And I look at what is happening throughout the United States, and we have basically let the gun manufacturers completely control what is happening in our cities, and it shouldn't be that way. As the people, we the people have a right to demand that our streets are safe. We have a right to demand that they come up with a way to take the guns off the streets, that we demand that they come up with an end to all of this senseless violence that we're seeing every single day on our streets. And let me tell you something. I don't care what they tell you. Crime is not down in the city of Chicago. Murders is not down in the city of Chicago.
Now, murders
the number
might be when they said, but shootings ain't.
Shootings ain't.
That's right.
And let me just say this, because what you see reported is only a fraction of what's actually happening in these streets. And so people, again, Tyrone and I have been saying for weeks, you have to get involved and you have to stand up for something, or we're going to continue to fall for what is befalling us. And that's just the bottom line on that.
So when she say shootings, when they use the term shootings are down, see, that's the joke, right? Let me say something to y'all people out there listening on IntellectualRadio-Live.com. Y'all go and subscribe and share. And y'all out here on Facebook. Let me explain how they play games with us. I know somebody who got shot 9 times and lived. I know somebody who got shot 16 times. How he lived, I don't understand it. That's God. So when you talk surgeons and you talking God, The only reason that didn't become a murder wasn't because they didn't get shot. It's just because they didn't lose enough blood.
Because God
And
spared their
God spared their
lives.
lives. So when they say shooting murders are down, they're not down because it just ain't been no shootings. It's down because the bullet didn't penetrate a major organs and
That's right.
kill people, right? So, and then not only aren't murders down. I know guys who've been shot, a couple of people who've been shot when the bullet went through and through, because they don't believe in hospitals and trust them, and because they don't trust the police. Guess what they did? Nurse their own
Nurse
wound.
their own wounds.
So those are not shootings that's being reported, Canada. They not being reported. So shootings or murders are not necessarily down. It's just by the grace of
By the
God
grace of God.
that young man was spared. Thanks to a great surgeon and them happened to get these people to the hospital in time, their lives were spared. So while they playing in our face, like we see, I'm out in the street, so I know what's happening because I see stuff happen to my little homies all the time. These little boys that you raise, that you mentor, either get shot or murdered. I've been to 17 funerals, 18 funerals this year. Young men under 25.
Yep.
That's a shame, God. There's no way a person's supposed to see this much death, and he ain't in a war zone.
You know, I don't know if you noticed about me or not, Tyrone, but I ran a youth organization.
Yeah.
And as a mother of 5 sons, we ran youth baseball, youth football, and I can honestly tell you that more than a third of those young men that I watched grow up
That's dead.
have died.
Wow.
Had their lives taken because of gun violence.
And not, what about those that's in prison?
And those are in prison, and those who are trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, those that the system has failed. That number is vast. And, we got to have these conversations because it matters. And, if it hasn't happened to you, if it hasn't come to your front door yet, and I'm going to say yet, if it hasn't hit your front door yet,
it will.
Keep living.
Yeah.
Because, see, now we have the added addition to what's happening with these migrants, with the migrant gang leaders that have infiltrated the city of Chicago, who are right now fighting for and marking territory. And eventually, that's going to become a problem. And who do you think that's going to be a problem for? Think it's going to be a problem for the elected officials? You think it's going to be a problem for the people on the Gold Coast? It might be. But more than likely, it's going to be a problem for Inglewood. It's going to be a problem for Roseland. It's going to be a problem for Lawndale, a problem for West Garfield, a problem for Boston. All of those communities where we are, where we live, where they've sent these migrants to, that's where they're going to become a problem. And I'm telling you now, if we don't begin to stand up and fight for better gun control, better laws, make our legislators work for us. And see, let me just say that, because, see, we forget that these people work for us. When they come into a room, we idolize them and we treat them like they're movie stars. And half the time, they haven't done anything for us. They work for you. Your tax dollars pays their salaries. And then you vote for them. You elect them. You put them in place to make sure that your needs are met, to make sure that your communities are safe, to make sure that your children and your families have the things that they need. And so it is time out for us to sit on the sidelines and let these people who are supposed to work for us continue to work against us. And even those who show up in Springfield and vote and don't vote, or those who don't even show up when laws are being passed to vote. If you're not showing up and you're not voting for the people, we don't need you to serve us. And I want you to also start paying attention to City Hall, to when your aldermen decide to abstain from a vote. Remember that a no vote is a no. Plain and simple. So if you're not showing up to vote or you abstain from voting, you might as well have just gone on in and voted no. And people, that's not okay either. You got some elected officials who have shown up to vote 50% of the time that they've been serving in office. That's a travesty. Start paying attention to those voting records. They work for us.
And that's it. That's the truth. I want to, she killed it on that. I want to talk about two things. One being Trump and this upcoming election with Kamala Harris. And the other being the arrest and subsequent indictment of Lil Durk and what Brandon Johnson had to say, right? About the money.
The money.
See, I'm going to go there first. I'm about to say this, and then we're going to say Trump for last. We'll say the best for last. See, from the very beginning, Kyla, the money had blood on it. I love these little brothers. We've done everything we could to say, listen, violence anywhere is violence everywhere. And for Brandon, them, and even our sister just did this recently, was it Bridgewood Bravo, Katrina, our sister, America, gave them the key to the city. We've been out here fighting recently. Not listen, then they took it back. I know personally, ECCSC, our organization, has been responsible for putting hundreds of brothers, ex-felons, to work. I personally mentor over 80 young men at risk. Them not my kids. That keep them out of the streets and murder. Some of them died already. But I'm just saying, personally. Furthermore, we're probably responsible for reducing thousands of potential shootings. Not only are we going to get no key to the city, we don't even get the funds that our elected official allocate for us. Because J.B. Pritzker, LG Sims, Chris Welch, instead of telling Governor J.B. Pritzker, you can't take resources from our community organizations because you don't like them, they take our money and give it to the North Side. Now, this has happened a whole bunch of times, from Willie Preston's, from Senator Matty Hunt.
They got
and LaShawn Ford,
Arnie Duncan, and those guys that came in don't know anything about what we've gone through, what's happening out here in these streets. But those are the people that they'll give millions of dollars to.
Yeah.
And Tyrone, and Tyrone, I really want you to talk a little bit about what you do, because I don't think people realize the extent to which, see, you got a brother here that left prison and decided, not only am I not going back, but I got to help my young brothers. I got to keep the ones that are out here from going, and I got to keep the ones who get out from going back. And so that means that I got to work with them. I got to mentor them. I got to prepare them to get out here in this world and to get it legally, to get it honestly, to do what it takes in order to be a productive member of society. This brother has given his life. And so it should not matter who the heck he decides to support. Because if he is out here trying to save our young brothers, keeping them from going into the system or going back to the system, whatever resources are available to him should be given to him. But you have our black,
no, they the main ones,
elected officials who will pull the rug from under a brother that is trying to make it happen out here. I need you guys to hear me. Because, see, all of us don't have sons that are going to college. All of us don't have sons that got all of that stuff together.
Or daughters.
Or daughters, for that matter. Because now we're seeing an increase in girls who are getting into crime. And so you need someone like Tyrone who understands what it means to be a part of that system. Because, see, it's one thing to talk about it, but when you haven't lived that life and you don't know what that turnaround looks like, there's not a lot you can say, because those brothers are looking at you like you sitting up here on your ivory tower trying to talk to me about how to make a better life, and you don't know what it's like out here in these streets. Brother Tyrone has been out there in them streets. He's also been in prison. He knows what that looks like. And so to have our Black elected officials to snatch that money back, money that has been used to educate, to prepare, to mentor, to grow our young brothers. Come on now, people. Come on.
So she's right. Thank you for your passion, Kyla. Really, and love in our work. But I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna get back to what she's talking about. You know, Dirk calls himself OTF, like only the family. That's their acronym. I'm here to say, here he is saying the brother hasn't been found guilty or anything. I'm not going to ridicule black men. I like that. But this would be the same brother, Brandon Johnson, that because of this community, LGBTQ or anybody else say something about me, he wouldn't say and defend this brother work, regardless of how I feel about him not supporting me or him not supporting our issues. I'm not going to stop them from being able to get the resources that's necessary to continue to help me as a mayor reduce public safety. Like, he worked against himself. That's like, I don't need my spleen, right? I don't need my I don't need this organ. I'm gonna survive my body without the kidney and the liver, right? That's who he is. That's who our Black elected officials is. They would rather cut half of their lung out than to mess with you if you don't push that democratic, progressive, liberal agenda. So with that being said, you can't be a heterosexual man in Illinois or in America and win with Democratic-led states, cities, and towns. You can't be no man in that space unless you are part of all the other things that they have deemed necessary to reduce your masculinity or support things that goes against your religion and goes against God, right?
And against your principles.
Your principle. So I ain't telling them what they can and can't be, but they want you to be different with that. So I'm declaring today, the OTF, I'm telling him his gang, because he's a gangbanger. They all gangbangers in the office. So he's OTJ, one-term Johnson. That's his acronym from now on. He's OTJ rather. One-term Johnson. That's his acronym. With all the murders, the violence, the disinvestment in communities in school, he's talking about he's gonna wait for evidence to do anything to a brother. I appreciate you doing that for the Black man. And I wish you would give me the same what you say, a leeway, right? To be great, to find our way to help us, because he understands that the frustration of dealing with our community that they help create, not me.
That's right.
That they help, the legislators help create. And with that violation, man, he's one-term Johnson, and that's my coin term. I'm gonna get one-term Johnson gang, the OTJ gang, the OTJ gang, one term. That's it. And I'm telling you, man, we gotta figure it out, man. We gotta determine who we gonna start to run now for mayor.
Yeah.
Who we gonna support in these? I already got like 17 wards that we need to put a candidate up for.
Yeah.
I don't care if I like you. You got to go. Because your community, I got a lot of those aldermen I love and like. But I ain't so personal with you that I'm not gonna support the people's better in that condition.
I'm a little different from you, Tyrone.
Go ahead.
I ain't got none I love alike.
Oh,
Because let me
there
tell
it
you,
is.
see, because here's the thing for me, is when you start going against my people,
Yep.
when you vote against what is right for my folks,
Yep.
whatever love I might have had has gone out the window. I can't love somebody who don't love me.
That's right. Well, they show it.
Look,
They show it.
That's just how I roll.
You got it. You got it.
I ain't from Missouri, but I need you to show me something.
That's right.
But you know what? Brandon gonna get his behind handed to him anyway, because I understand that tomorrow in city council, he's gonna ask to raise taxes.
Oh, y'all listen to that. He'll give $1 billion away to migrants and then raise your taxes.
And raise your taxes.
Wait. That's oxymoronic. Wait, you gonna take our money money that we didn't agree for you to give?
Didn't agree.
Then turn around and raise taxes on the people when you said you wouldn't do that. How is he different than Republicans? Who he's saying that Trump is gonna raise tax? They saying this, they saying that. They saying he's an enemy to Chicago.
And and these are the same people who will tell you, oh, well, you shouldn't support Trump because he's gonna raise taxes. Poor people are gonna pay more. Well, hello, Chicago. Get ready.
Raise all the taxes.
Get ready.
Raise all the taxes on us. Maybe we starve enough. Maybe if we starve enough, we'll drive all of them out of office. I don't think we starving enough.
I don't know about driving them out of office as much as it may be driving them out of the city.
I love that better.
Because you know what? Here's what happens.
I love that better.
Is that those families, those homeowners who are already on the edge, barely making enough to pay their mortgages. Now you're getting ready to go and raise their taxes, which in turns raises their mortgages, which in turns makes their escrow short. See, it's a trickle-down effect. And so when you start talking about all of the nuances that go into raising property taxes, just so that he can further support the migrants, because let me tell you all something.
Yeah, because ain't no more money.
He's not raising taxes
ain't no more money
to make it better for Chicagoans.
Exactly.
He's raising the taxes because he has to find a way to foot the bill for these migrants that he has brought here. Instead of ending Chicago sanctuary city status, even if it's temporary, until we get to a point where we can balance a budget here in Chicago and we're not floating junk bond loans in order to pay for things. Y'all think that's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Until they really suffer.
And then let me tell you how weak they think we are. Tomorrow, I bet any amount of money, he gonna have them tap dancing ministers standing behind him.
Yeah.
They gonna come up there
and
they gonna stand with him. They gonna stand with him, and they gonna tell y'all to dig a little deeper in y'all purses. And we're gonna continue to suffer. We're gonna continue to be in need. Our schools are gonna continue to not have what they need, all so we can support the newcomers. Y'all okay with that? Because he's already talking about running for re-election.
I think we got to be there.
Because they are under the assumption
we got to be there
that he has 2 years to sit down and talk to y'all about how much he loves you and how he's been your mayor and how he's considered you and the needs of your family here in this big city of Chicago. People, don't get it twisted. That mayor doesn't give a damn about any of us. It's all about that socialist agenda that they're trying to push. And let me tell y'all something. The longer we allow him to stay in office, the worse it's going to get.
So I got to have my ex-cons with Trump shirt on tomorrow, and a few other ones gonna be there with their ex-cons with Trump shirt. Man, kind of. I can't wait till this election is over so Trump can start to drain this swamp. A lot of Brandon need to be in prison. Brandon need to have the same convicted status as Trump to take and steal our resources like that, to care for non-citizens. Here I am, somebody who go to jail for showing up on a hotel property that houses citizens. Houses non-citizens. Trump can't win fast enough. I'm telling y'all right now, it's about to be a very serious situation in Chicago. I'm going to explain to you what I mean. The money that they've been using and the social service programs, for this violence prevention money, all the money they've been getting to spend in their same little cronies. Guess what's going to happen when Trump gets in office? All the money y'all looked for these bogus training programs. I ain't seen one pastor turn out nobody for a union, but they got all the money to train people in their churches, right? I can't wait till Trump win, upset the Democrats, and they 51%. The Senate got the state. The Senate will have the Congress.
Control.
They will have control of the Senate.
Yes,
I'm gonna be down in Washington, talking to all the Republican senators. I avoided Republican senators. I have avoided the Republicans down in Springfield because we was too naive and stupid to think that we need to keep trying to talk to our people. But I don't know if I even want to talk to another black elected official in my life. I really don't understand.
I ain't got time for them.
I wish I had some white people to run in the wars against y'all. Because it seems like y'all fear them. Y'all don't fear us.
No, they don't fear us.
They fear the white people.
They fear them.
They don't fear us. It's like they can do anything to us. Nobody fear us. Nobody fear us. No foreigners coming in, taking our resources out of our communities and business. No people fear us. But we would kill each other and we would violate each other. Here we are creating public safety to make the men look good. I'm really telling y'all right now, and I'm going to let y'all listening, because Trump going to win. I'm going to wait till he win, and it's going to be a new, we're going to show them how violence prevention is supposed to look when we get the resources and a different crew and different people become the real fiscal agents of the funds of the people money. See,
yes.
The difference is everything. As an organization, we haven't received no government fund limited anything. It's a bogus little $10,000 grant here and there. They get into anybody.
Anybody.
The work we've been able to do with no governmental help.
No help.
Tells you who we about and who we love. You can't go and see my salary because I haven't got paid off of nothing I do. All the money that we spend from our households goes to our organization to help black people. And people got a nerve and audacity to say goofy stuff when they don't even know how you survive or how you even live. But I'm always fighting for our community on every front. I've been to jail I don't know how many times. I should be able kind of not to go to jail after serving 21 years. I should be able to avoid that place. But I can't. You know why I can't?
Because you're not going to lay down
and let enough black men stepping up.
You're not going to lay down and let them take advantage of your people.
And I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to keep going to jail. I might go tomorrow when we go to City Hall. I might go tomorrow because I got something to say to all of them. And Brandon, if he think he finna raise taxes and we watching him do this in our face, have the audacity to say it, but they're going to come up with a reason to make sure certain people can't even get up there, Kyle. I'm telling
you. As long as you know.
They're not going to let us up there.
Long as you know,
and they're not gonna let us.
They're not gonna let us in. But I think that what we may have to do, Tyrone, is maybe look at holding our own press conference outside of City Hall. We might need to look at saying to the mayor, we're not okay with this.
Yeah.
And we know how City Hall likes to ignore us. But here's the thing. And let me just say this too, because people always ask, and I think when I was on last week, somebody inboxed me and asked me how much was I getting paid
For the Republicans.
from the Republican
Yeah,
Party.
I wish.
And
Much
let,
as
and
we've
let me,
been fighting,
as much as
we should have $1 million.
we should have
The
$1
way
million.
we've been
But I
fighting.
think that those of you who know me know I'm going to always stand up for what I feel is right. And it's never been about money for me. I have not received not one darn dollar, nor do I think I would take a dollar. And the reason I wouldn't take a dollar is because I don't want anybody going back saying, oh, they gave her $1 million, so she's corrupted. I need people to understand that I'm out here standing up for what I believe in. And I'm fighting this fight because I feel like it's a fight that we need to be involved in. And it has nothing to do about money per se, but it has everything to do about my people getting their just due. My people no longer being taken advantage of by the black people in office who have been voted in to support us, to take care of us, to make sure that our needs are met, and have fallen down on the job.
Yeah.
That's why I'm out here.
Yeah.
It ain't got a darn thing to do with dollars. And let me just say this too. I'm not so in love with Donald Trump, but what I am is despondent with the Democratic Party. What I am,
see, they're not gonna say that.
Is tired.
They're not gonna
of
say
being
that.
taken advantage of.
They're not gonna say that.
What I am is tired of having people stand up and talk down to me because I dared to choose to not have somebody treat me like I don't matter. Now, if you good with that, then keep doing what you're doing and you'll keep getting what you're getting. But I dare you to sit down and total up what you have gotten as a benefit from the Democratic Party since the Civil Rights Movement. I dare you to sit down and do the math. People, the math ain't mathing.
It don't matter.
The math ain't mathing.
Donald Trump, there's going to be a new day when you win. Because I just want to, he a petty dude too. I can see, I need you to get your FBI agents and your CIA directors and all your attorney generals and come and clean this swamp up in Illinois. Starting with J.B. Pritzker. See, y'all, J.B. Pritzker is the original crook. See, when you got billions to buy all our elected officials, y'all know he buys all our elected officials. They worship him. He owned them. Money is a mother. They need to eliminate all money out of campaigns. That means that if you this person and I'm that person, we got the same budget.
Yep.
And the only thing separate us is us getting our messages out and actually touching the people. Then the advertising, all the mailers got to be illegal because now the government, the U.S. mail now can't be allowed to be put in mailboxes. Now, guess what you got to do now? I got to go knock on your door.
Go knock on doors.
Hey, Miss Johnson, my name is Tyrone Muhammad. I'm running for United States Senator of Illinois. And this is my platform. These are my issues. And these are the things I think that you want to hear about. And I'm willing to represent anything else I miss on that list. Like you can't out campaign me. So your money can't be the money. It can't be the tool by which you lie to the people about somebody else. Because now you know why? You got to be busy telling them about who you are. Yeah. See, you wouldn't have time to talk about me or you or nobody else. You got to talk about your issue.
And I think that we have to stop making this a popularity contest.
No, man, that's what it is.
You know, and you know, we look at what's happening in terms of local government. And let me, you know, Tyrone and I say this all the time, that all politics are local.
It is.
Now, the election is next week. And we'll be moving into another circle. But I want you guys to know that Tyrone and I are going to be coming back. And what you get after this is going to be stronger because this is home. This is home.
Oh, y'all about to get it. We about to start name. We going to create. You know what? So after this is done, so what we do on this platform, man, since we got 2 days, because now we can ask elected officials to come over and sit in these chairs.
Yeah.
So what we going to do, and I'm going to transition from ex-cons for Trump, and I'm thinking this the Tyrone and Catter show. Now, this have to now be about removing you Negroes up out of those seats and figuring out which candidates we need to run, because we not that now we could get the funding we need to run against them. We're gonna get the funding we need to send out advertisement against them. We're gonna show them that it ain't gonna be no doubt that we started this political campaign against them. I want them to know that it's us who's doing it. I don't want them to hide. I want y'all to know that
we naming names, and we coming at your head. All of the stuff that you did that was underhanded, everything that you've done to defile the system, we coming at you. We coming at state legislators. We coming at state senators. We coming at aldermen. We coming at congressmen.
We got a slate for y'all. We gonna put out the slate. We gonna put out the people slate. We gonna have a slate of the people. This is what we start organizing to bring out the vote into lockdown. Ex-cons, y'all about to get ready to get on the front line.
We gonna start. We coming to every ward. We holding our own meetings.
That's right.
We holding our own forums. In every single ward in this city. Because let me tell you something.
We rolling.
Hey, it's time out for that BS. It's time out for playing. It's time out for that go along to get along. That ship has sailed.
Get ready.
Get ready.
You heard her say every ward.
Every ward.
We're going to book. And we're not having nothing in no church. And y'all listening to me?
Nothing in the church.
We're not having mixing politics and religion. You cannot be a pastor. We got a pastor running for school board something right now. He should denounce himself. That should be a denounce. And we got this racist white woman named Burke running for state's attorney. Everybody denounced her when she was running as a candidate against the black brother. Now they all support her, and she violated an 11-year-old black kid.
Yep, and y'all and
they keep
and they got her at the top of the ballot. And
start with Tony Prackwinkle.
Let me
She's
just
the main
say something
one.
else.
Something got to happen to her.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Listen,
County board president.
She got to get gone. We got to get rid of her.
County board president. That's another one that we need to get rid of.
And how do we remove the state? The Chris Welch. They am understanding he's just too powerful.
Well, I think that what we have to do is we have to find someone, a viable candidate.
It's gonna be a white man
to run against.
It's gonna be a white man in this area.
We're gonna find a white man.
All right, y'all heard Catter. We're gonna find
a white man to run against him.
We gotta go. You gotta go.
We capable of doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna get a good white man. Since that's who they look up to and scared of, because they, maybe you put a white man there, then maybe we can remove him.
And it ain't gonna be Don Harmon because we coming for his head too.
Don, I'm sorry, Don. She said we coming for.
I may be coming for Don's head myself.
Well, you let me. Well, Don is a senator.
He's a state senator. He my state senator.
So listen, Don Harmon, we coming for you. She done said it. Okay, y'all just heard her. Kyler running for state senator. I'm going to Dick Durbin seat, United States Senate. I'm going and we about to put this slate together. We about to, hey, Republicans, hey, Donald Trump. We've done everything that we were supposed to do in Chicago to get you our votes. Now you're going to do everything you need to do nationally to get us what we need to turn Chicago red. And I ain't even a Republican, man. I got to turn it blue, purple or something. No, really, we got to turn it purple because the status quo, the same crap keep happening.
Yeah.
And we still getting murdered. We still
You know
we
what, Tyrone?
unemployed
Even if it means coming up with our own party, even if it means coming up
in
with
Chicagoland area.
in Chicago,
Because the
even if
state,
it means
each town and county is
right, and
different.
even if it means coming up with a different way to look at politics,
So you saying when we
nonpartisan.
slated, right? For instance, these elections supposed to be nonpartisan, even the mayor election and stuff like that, right? So if we slated and we said this is the purple party, this is what we just saying, just throwing something out. Cause I'm tired of the people, the black man, the melanated part. I don't want to hear all that crap. Because you know what? What I've learned in this election, and I need all y'all to listen out there. White folks ain't did nothing to us.
We do it to ourselves.
I'm gonna repeat this for all y'all listening, and you white folks, I please need y'all to hear this more than anything. I apologize if we offended you. I apologize, and I want to say to y'all that y'all right. Y'all taught these house Negroes well. Y'all taught them well, from lieutenant governor all the way down to the mayor. We got black police chief. I'm gonna keep going. We got water reclamation that's black from the top. We got all these big positions. County board president, black. Am I missing something? You turn attorney general, black. I'm telling y'all listening, stop looking at color when it comes to policies and issues, because your own people have been put in position to be y'all rulers and leaders and entertainers while y'all die and suffer in these communities. You go to, even with CTU, look at this, y'all. You keep paying and giving power to CTU and teachers when they not even teaching your children. Take your children out them schools. I implore you to figure it out. You'll be a better off teaching your kids off of the internet and YouTube teaching programs than you would letting them hang out in CT and CPS. Remove your children from CPS. That's an order. That CPS are killing fields and pipelines to prison. Remove your kids, then the CTU has no power. That union is done. Once you take your power back as a parent, you eliminate that union altogether. So that's some money you'll save right there. And then you do the same thing with all these construction and all these different unions. We remove them out of neighborhoods and communities. I guarantee you their power will be none and void when the people take their power back.
That's it. That's it.
I'm sitting around here, man, complaining about everything, and you got all the power. You give the devil your children and then say what's wrong with them. How you give your children over to a house of ill repute teachers who teaching them all type of gender stuff? What's up with their butt at 12? Or if you like something in your butt at 3 years old, 5 years old. What is wrong with y'all? They teaching kids all type of ill stuff in school.
Sexual grooming is what it's called.
Man,
it's called sexual grooming.
We got to be out of our mind.
And it is going on. And I just think that we have to be more astute. We have to pay attention. Parents, I know y'all working, but take some time off. Y'all are calling in sick to go to the concert, to go get your hair done. Y'all take off work for all kinds of BS. Take some days off work to find out what's being taught at your kid's school. Take some time off and set up an appointment to go and spend a day with your child's class.
Teacher.
When they give them those books, when they're looking at things on computers, go through when you're sitting next to your child and see what they have access to. Pay attention. And let me just say this, because sometimes, Tyrone, it's not even about school. It's about what our kids have access to on these electronic devices.
Yeah.
Because, see, we give them to them.
And then
we let them go sit in a corner. Yeah. We never go back and look at what's on these shows. We never go back and look at what all Roblox has. Because I've seen some things on that Roblox game, and that's a game that a lot of little kids play. They start playing Roblox at 4. And Tyrone, I've seen some things on that Roblox that those kids should not have access to. And I think that a lot of parents think that because it's catering to the children, that it's safe and that it's okay. There are some TV shows. They're accessing things on YouTube. Sit down and watch those things with your children. My son was sitting in a room with my grandson the other day, and he was watching a show that was supposed to be designed for children with his son. He was like, "What the heck are you watching? Turn this, get this off of here." Parents, you got to start paying attention to not just what the child has been accessing in school, but what are they accessing at your house?
Yeah.
Stop giving them these tablets and these cell phones and not paying attention to the information that they are getting. You have a responsibility. Talk to your kids. Find out what's going on. You ought to know who their friends are, who they're talking to. I got a little boy, I substitute teach. And I got one little boy that's always hugging on this other little boy. Kindergarten. And he always hugging and rubbing on him. Always. And I always tell him, stop. And I always say to the other little boy, you have to set boundaries.
Protect your space.
You have to set boundaries. No one. And kids know that adults shouldn't touch them. But how many kids are told that other children shouldn't be touching them?
Nah. Where they learn that from? Adults. Y'all, OTJ. The OTJ gang, One Term Johnson. OTJ gang, y'all got one term. Y'all done destroyed our city. Y'all have destroyed this city, man. I never thought I would ever say I miss Lightfoot.
I know, right?
I never thought I would say I miss Lori Lightfoot.
Lori looking real good right now.
Hey, Lori, hit me up. I got something for you. You sure you don't want to run again?
Hey, Lori, if you want to come back, again? Hey, we got you, Lori.
Come on back. You can't do that. You
can't do no worse.
Golly. I never thought I would say this. We're looking for us a mayor, man. I guarantee you we'll be doing that. Right after this election, all politics are local. Watch what we do. Y'all think we playing? You're gonna see the people power in 1 minute, because we got some people that's gonna support us. We didn't just I made a lot of friends kind of doing this ex-cons for Trump move. I made a lot of national friends that got a lot of money. They got a lot of money, and I'm going to use it on you Negroes. Watch. I'm going to drive you up out your house. We may have a bullhorn outside your house and pay for it all night. Just out there. And once the police tell him to move, the next man going to come and bullhorn your house. And the police going to tell them to move. Then the next man going to bullhorn your house. Then the police going to tell them to move. Do y'all get the picture? It's time to start doing some stuff to these people, man. Yeah. And they can't just think they can just free. How's they showing up at these socialite events thinking they in these forums in our neighborhoods and we ain't booing them off the stage?
Like I said, I told you, we get this.
Oh, man.
We treat them like they movie stars. And when they walk in and they smiling and cheesing and taking pictures, and then they walk right out of the room that they was in with you and go and sell you out.
Man.
Like in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, I ate them up. Man, I ain't worried about nothing. They love me over there. They don't care what I do to them. That's what they say about y'all.
Nah, they call y'all idiots, man. The stuff
Brandon is screwing us up the wazoo. Listen, and that Mark is walking around here saying that he's going to be reelected without a problem.
You don't believe that, Brandon?
I promise.
I tell you, he don't believe that. I guarantee you, he don't believe that. You know why I know he don't believe that? You know why I know he don't believe that? Look how many black folks are divided over Trump.
Yeah.
They created this.
I can't
Democrats,
wait to see.
Okay, what we gonna look at this?
I can't wait to see the local numbers for the Republicans this time. I cannot wait.
But Calvin, we gonna have to kick the Republicans in their booty too. In this state, we kicking them in their booty because they dropped the ball on us while we fighting to get Trump elected. Y'all ain't put no dollar when we Bob Fioretti got an opportunity to get rid of this, to not, y'all got an opportunity to beat this racist white woman Burke who violate black kids, who have violated a black child, man, locked them up and called them predators. 11 years old. Burke did that. Y'all had an opportunity to, that's the worst devil. Anytime FOP police chief president Katazara sponsors her,
You already know.
you out of you're in trouble.
You already
Y'all,
know.
if y'all elect this woman as our state's attorney over Bob Fioretti, your children, y'all going to jail. Y'all going, your babies and your daughters and sons are going to prison.
Y'all better get
I
ready.
guarantee you, get ready, because they're going to be locking y'all up. I'm telling you. Yo, Brandon talked this, hug a thug. He talked that, but he don't practice that. He's doing other stuff. He's turning a blind eye, and no resources is hitting little JoJo and them to help them not go to jail. He talk it, but no, follow the money.
That's
Forget it. Listening to that flyery speak and watching his haircut. Quit talking about that. Follow the money and see how he gives nothing back to the communities or the organizations that can effectuate changes in your community. Everybody is cronies. The reason why he know he can't win, he did the bidding of the groups that put him in there. He's done that.
He done that, yeah.
And now he's going to get a plus job somewhere in one of these social services groups and special interests. There's a lot of special interests, SEIU, all these groups that supported him. Brandon is going to be straight.
What is that? Chicago Working Families.
Yeah,
they got
all those, man. He's going to eat. He did his job. But it's enough Myrons over here to displace us.
Yeah.
We done. We done, black people.
They going to eat, but what we going to do?
Kill each other. We're going to kill each other. We gonna kill each other. What we got, Wanda? Maybe about 5 more minutes. 3 minutes. Trump, we got this. President Trump, get ready. We're gonna help you identify the devils in Chicago so you can clean the swamp.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trump. Come on, man. We got your back. We go clean the swamp of these gatekeepers, and they look like us. I'm gonna point them out to you. Yeah. I'm gonna walk up and point them out to you in their face and say, these the devils that have violated our community. I know y'all don't have to like us, because we don't need you to exist. You haven't given us anything.
Not nothing.
You can't buy us. So shoot, I wouldn't like me neither if I couldn't buy me.
Yeah. And and I think that's always been a problem, because I could remember, one of the things that happened is in this city is whenever you stood up, that's the first thing they ask you is, what can I do for you? I never forget when I first started speaking out against Brandon Johnson, when they were talking about taking over Emerson Park.
And I remember,
And I got a call from an alderman, and he asked me, well, I know you're retired now. What you want to do? Because, fair exchange ain't no robbery.
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of stuff that they do to sit you down. Yeah. But he knew me. So he already knew I ain't for sale. And if you out here, like I said, trying to screw my people, I ain't never going.
Well, we're going to let y'all know next Thursday where we're going to be at this watch party, because it's going to be a glorious thing. I want to see these polls coming in from all over the country just to see like how black people are waking up every day. We tired. They don't say, they call us, we sellouts, and they don't say that, you know what? We've been violating black people for 60, 70 years. And we looking at, it's no wonder they took this long to change their thoughts. The problem is we don't have enough people changing their mind. See, we don't have enough, man. It's too many house Negroes and too many gatekeepers that's violating our people, that's keeping them trapped in this slavery, democratic slavery mentality. We gonna change the formula. We back on Thursday. You got Tyrone Muhammad and Carter Trust. And this is X-Cons for Trump Live. We got a few more shows under the X-Cons for Trump Live banner. Then we're going to switch that thing over to Tyrone and Carter, a show on Intellectual Radio. And we're going to take our show on the road. And we're going to hit these wards. We're going to do, what you call that, information gathering. And we're going to get the people activated.
Yep. As a matter of fact, we may do our show live. Live on the road.
Are you ready, Wanda? Wanda ain't ready.
At a world coming near you.
Wanda ain't ready.
You ain't ready, Wanda?
Nah, she ain't
Wanda,
ready.
Get ready.
Get ready, Earl.
Get ready, Wanda. Get ready. Get ready, Earl.
All right, OTJ, One Term Johnson gang is going down. The OTJ, One Term Johnson gang. We getting rid of you, bro. We had your chance.
You heard it here first.
Bye-bye. Take care, people.
Good night, my people.
See you Thursday.
Peace.